Hello, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, we are going to make a Slack bot, and yes, we are not going to create a robot. Actually, what the Slack bot is going to do is just that whenever you make we are going to connect the Slack. We are going to make it in a way that whenever you push to your repository on GitHub, the Slack bot will automatically broadcast a message to one of your Slack channels. So that's why I just named it a Slack bot. So let's just get started. I know this might look somehow to you guys, but if you have been in a company settings before where you use Slack for collaboration, you have probably seen different kind of bots like this one I just mentioned. You have seen bots like maybe when you create an issue on GitHub, it automatically broadcasts the message to Slack and all that. But in this video, I'm just going to create a simple bot that would just send the message to a Slack channel whenever a push is being made to your GitHub repository. So without wasting our time, let's just get started. So first, we need to get some things from Slack. First of all, I'm just going to set up a simple Slack workspace. So you might do this from your Slack web, but I prefer to do this from my Slack desktop. So I'm just going to open that up. I was going to open that up and just add another workspace. We just create a new workspace like that. Okay, I'll just pass my email. Then a code has been sent to my mail. Let me just review that real quick. From Slack, and I'll just type it in HIDRRI. Yup, we want to create a new workspace. And we can go back. It's going to redirect us back to our Slack desktop app. Yup, new workspace created. Let's just try to name it to something. Let's just call it YouTube tutorial and next. Nope, I want to skip this step for now. Let's just say the purpose is tutorial. That's all. And then I'd like us to add a new channel, and then just create new channel and call it Github pushes. Create. Skip for now. You can see we have this new channel right here. So now this is the channel that we're going to broadcast all the messages from GitHub whenever a push is being made to our GitHub repository. So let's continue. The next step is to set up an app. So like that, I'm just going to Google incoming Slack webbook. Yup. Okay, it seems I've visited it before. And this is Slack documentation to set up webhooks for sending message to our Slack channel. So we're just going to do this one, create new Slack app. I'll just close that tab. Create an app. Okay, I'll just say from scratch. Let's just call this one Github Bot. And the workspace would be YouTube tutorial. And let's just create up. And then we can set up some few things. First, I'll just save changes. Let's just set up the incoming webhooks. This is how you get webhooks. We are going to on it, and then let's go. So from here we are going to generate the link that we are going to be broadcasting the messages to using Slack webhook. So let's go from here, and the channel, I'm just going to say Github pushes, exactly, allow. So basically what this is going to do is that it's going to allow us, good, we have this set up. So if we copy this call script now from Slack, and then we'll just execute it directly. I'll just execute this. Sorry. I think I didn't copy this properly. So copy, or perhaps maybe that is fine. Let's just copy it normally, and then paste it here and on. Yeah, you can hear that sound. It's from Slack, and this is our Github bot. Our Github bot is able to send a message to the Slack channel from just executing the API. So this is the Slack end of things. I didn't mention before that I'm going to use nodejs to actually link things up, but then we also need to set up the Github repository. So let's just go on with that. I'm going to open my Github. I'm going to open my Github, and I'll just create another repository. New, and I'll call this let's just say, okay, let's just call this Slack bot. No, I don't want to call it Slack bot. Okay, let's call it Slack bot repo, or test repo, and then the description, just saying this is the repository we use to test our bots. Okay, I'm going to make it public, and then I'll just create the repository. Okay, and we have the repository right there, so we can just clone it. So I'll just copy this. I'll just copy that, and I'll just like ls, then cd into project git clone. So I'm going to clone this repository into my system now. I appear to have cloned an empty repository. Yup, of course, I'm very aware. So now that we have it cloned, let's just open Visual Studio Code and continue. I'd like to open another folder. That's in project and Slack bot. Good. Open. Okay, you can see it's a very empty repository, so this is fine. This is okay. Now let's go back to Github. There's something we need to set up. So in the settings tab, I just want to show us something. There's something we call webhooks. So this webhooks, this is where we are going to connect the webhook that is responsible for listening for whenever a push is being made to the Github repository, so that it will be broadcasted to the Slack channel. So we are not going to add the webhook yet because we have not built the webhook. We are going to build the webhook locally. But before we continue, there is something that we need to install, and it's called ngrok. So let me just spell it out, and let's just search for it. So for those on Windows, you can just go to ngrok, and once you install it, the use of ngrok is that we'll be able to make our local project public. So basically, maybe our project is listening on port 80 locally. You can just if you run ngrok, it is going to generate a link, and anybody can access your local project from anywhere in the internet. If you are on Mac, you can just install ngrok by doing brew install ngrok, and that's all. You are going to have ngrok on your system. I already have it installed, so I won't go through that step. So I just wanted us to know that too. Okay, so now let's continue. Sorry, ls. Okay, let's continue. I'd like to go to my desktop, and in fact, I will not be using the CMD. Let's just use the Finder. So, desktop, channel, tutorials, and I'm just going to create a new folder and call it Slack Bot. Okay, then I'm going to open this folder with. I'm just going to create a new window. Then I'll open this folder with. I'll open the desktop, code sculptor, tutorials, and Slack bot. Let's just open this folder right away. Okay. Also, we are going to use the integrated terminal. So we are going to use the VS Code integrated terminal. So we don't need to open the terminal from here. So just like every other node project, we're just going to run npm init. And the name of the application is Slackbot, version 1.0, description, I don't want to add that, entry point index.js, test command, nope, git repository, keywords, Slack, Github, webhook, bot, author, myself, Femi Fatoku, and this is fine, and yes, let's just continue. So we have this. Now we need to install one package because this is basically going to be a node project. We need to install more than one package, like a few packages. So I'm just going to do npm install express. We need express.js. We need body parser. We also need fetch at 2.0, like version 2.0 is what we need. So let's just wait for this to run. Okay, there seems to be a problem. I'm just going to install body parser and express for now. Okay, we have those already installed, and then I'm going to, the problem we are facing with the with fetch, I just want to check Google for that. Oh yeah, it's actually called node fetch, not just fetch. Sorry. So I'm going to call this one npm install node fetch at version 2.0. Let's see about that. And that has also been installed. So if you open our package.json, you can see we have 3 packages. They are right there. So let's just get started. First, let's create our index.js. So index.js, and we are going to call this one express is equal to require express const app is equal to express. We are going to initialize our express project. And then now I'm going to do app dot listing let's just listing on port 8080, and let's just do a callback and say console.log app server is running on port 8080, like that. And also, I forgot, we need to install one more package, npm install nodemon. However, I'm just going to use save dev because it's just a development package. Okay, we have nodemon installed. So I'll just come over here and set up a script. Let's just call this one dev. It's going to be nodemon index. So whenever I run this script, it's going to run that. So we're just going to do npm run dev like this. Okay, we have our application running on port 8080. Now let's import body parser. So const bp is equal to require, sorry, I like to use single quotes, body parser. Okay, now let's just do app.post. We're going to call this one webhook, comma request, comma response, and like this. I just want to return working, and then I'll just do console.log request.body. So I want to get the body of the request. However, before we can do this, we need to do app.use body parser.json like this, so that JSON will be able to pass through our application and get to this point. Okay, so this being set up, we need to now expose our application using ngrok. So in order to do that, I'll just come over to my terminal, cd back to project. Or no, I definitely don't need to do that. Like I said initially, I already have ngrok installed, so I'll just run ngrok http. What's the port of our application? 8080. Okay, and like I explained before, this is what ngrok is going to do for you. So ngrok is going to make it possible that your local application will be available anywhere from the world. So let's just, to test this, let's just set up a simple route. We'll just call this one app.get, make it the base URL of our application. Let's just do request, comma response, and like that. We just return res.send hello world. So basically, our application will now be available. Like our application will now be available from anywhere in the world on this link provided by ngrok. So if we should load this link in our browser now, we should get hello world. So let's just check that out. We don't need this anymore. So okay, yeah, I'm supposed to log in. I'm supposed to log in before I can continue. Okay, to fix that problem we're facing with ngrok, I have to log into my dashboard and set up ngrok. I have to be logged in on my client side before I'll be able to do that. So let's just continue. This is your personal token. Use this to authenticate the ngrok agent that you download. Okay. So I'll just do this. I'll just copy this, stop our ngrok, Ctrl C, and paste this command right here and run it. Save to configuration file. Now let's restart our server again. This time around, everything should work fine. Command C and just paste it here. You can see we have hello world. So basically, the way ngrok works is that you have to go to your dashboard and you have to sign up with your dashboard, pick the token, configure your ngrok that is local, and then you can be able to broadcast your local project to anywhere in the internet. You can see we are accessing this project on a link that is global, and it even has SSL, HTTPS. It has SSL already installed. So let's just continue. So now the reason why we need to use ngrok is that we need to set a webhook on our Github repository. The webhook will be responsible for sending a message to our Slack channel. So basically, let's just do that right now. I'm just going to do Ctrl A, Ctrl C, and then we'll go back to our Slack, and then you see we already have webhooks open, so I'll just add a new webhook. Just authenticate directly. Let's go. We want it to be application.json, and then where's the URL? This doesn't look like a URL. That's funny. Okay, so our URL it has to be a post request. One thing you have to put in mind also is that whenever you are setting up a webhook and you want to connect it to your Github repository, the endpoint has to be a post request. So our endpoint is webhook, and for now we are just going to console.log what we get from the body from Github. So we'll just put webbook right here, and then I'll just disable SSL. Yeah, I understand, because we are doing everything locally. Just push events. Yup, active, of course. So let's just add never, and we'll just check the status of this. We send deliveries. It's supposed to send one. Okay, they will be shown. Okay, no problem. No delivery has been sent, or there have been one. Okay, good. So you can see this is, so whenever you add a new, another thing you should put in mind is that whenever you add a new webbook to GitHub, to your GitHub repository, it will first send a test payload, like for adding that repository to send the payload. So that is the payload we have right now in our console. You can see right here, I console.log the request body. So that's why we have all of this right here now. So now we have the body we for every push that has been made to our GitHub repository, a request will always be sent to this webhook route in our application. So therefore, all we need to do is to be able to pick that and send it to our Slack channel. And if you remember very well, if we go back to Slack right here, we have an API that we can use to send message to our Slack channel. So basically, we are just going to take advantage of this on both sides. So let's just continue. Back here, first let's try and read the payload and understand what's up here. Owner, HTML, sender, and all that. Okay, so now this is not the reason why this is not looking very nice is because this is just a test. So now we are going to actually make a push to that repository. So let me just make this restart. Just run rs. Now we are going to make a push. Remember, we have our repository here and it's very empty. So I'm just going to call this test.txt. I'm going to say hello world, just adding a dummy file. You can see that now. Okay, I need to open another terminal, new window, and let's just cd into project / what's the name of our Slack bot test repo, and then we can do git add, git commit. Let's just call this adding dummy. Okay, git push origin main. So we are going to push to main. Now I don't want to press enter. I want you to observe what's going to happen. In the console of our application whenever I push to that repository. So now I'll just push. Let's just wait. You can see that a message. You can see that the GitHub contacted our application again and sent all the payload, which you console.log here. So now we are going to read through this and then try to do some really cool stuff with it. Okay, let's go. Rev. This is the branch that has been pushed to. So let's just start working on it right now. We're just going to say request. Let's just say let body is equal to request.body. Now we're going to say let branch is equal to body.ref dot replace. Okay, yes. I want to remove the refs / heads / so we can know the branch that is being pushed to. So like we are removing this from the refs. From the ref, we are removing this, is going to remain main. So even if you push to any branch, we can indicate in the message you are sending to Slack that the push was made on this branch, the push was made on that branch, and all that. So that's the branch, and then now we are going to scroll down. Okay, there is there's a add commit section. There's a add commit section. So we are going to say let added is equal to body, yes, body dot add commit dot added. This is going to be an array always. So we're just going to say added then dot join. We're going to use a JavaScript function called join. We are going to join them with a comma. Okay, so then we have the added. Now let's also do the same thing for modified. Modified is equal to in fact, I'm not going to copy and paste these 2 times. Then I'm going to remove this. So we'll call this one modified, and call this one removed. So let's come back here and see modified, and let's see removed. Okay, now that we have all of these, there's something we can also add. We can say, let's just say let commit link. Going to say commit link is going to be equal to body dot add commit dot URL. So we have all of these. We're just going to console.log them so we can be sure that we have all those data. So let's just I'm just going to copy this. Let's copy this and paste it a few times, and let's just call this one branch. We want to be very sure that data are right there. We want to call this one added. We want to call this one modified. I just want us to be able to visualize everything. It's not that this is really necessary. Removed, and we're going to call this one commit link. Okay, so in order to test, we are still going to make another push to our repository, which is right here. Right here. I'm going to say dummy file, adding something, and then I'm going to come over to this place and run those series of commands: git add, git commit. I'm just going to give it the same name, it doesn't really matter. And then I'll push again, and then let's go back to the console of our application. You can see we have this. Okay, this is quite funny. Okay, we have the branch. The branch is saying undefined main. Okay, sorry, there's an error. I'm supposed to replace it with nothing. Okay, then we modified. We didn't add anything, so we have empty here. We modified something, so we have text.txt, which is the name of the file we modified, and then we didn't remove any file, and then the commit link is also right here. So let's just try to open this. Let's try to open this, and you can see we have it's taking us to the page of that commit, which means the link is actually valid. Okay, so now that we have fixed the problem we have here, let's try to push again. Let's just do some dummy stuff. Let me just remove this. I'm going to have another modified, or in fact I'm going to delete this file, so I'll just delete. And move to trash. Then I'll add another file. I'll call this new.txt, and then let's just say hello world. Okay, now we are going to come over here and run this series of command again: git add, git commit, and then we are going to push to main again. Okay, now if we come back to our application, we can see the new file that was added is new.txt. The name of our branch that we pushed to is main, and we did not modify any file. and we deleted text.txt, and this is the commit link. Let's open that commit link again just to confirm that everything is working fine. You can see added, removed. Now that's okay. This data is sufficient enough for us to send to. This data is sufficient for us enough for us to send it to our Slack channel. So let's just continue. So this is where fetch comes in. So I'm just going to do const fetch is equal to require node fetch, like that, and then we're going to come down here. We're just going to come down here and we're also going to use fetch. So we do fetch. So first of all, I want us to go and look at our Slack link. So this is where it is. If you know how to read core scripts, you understand what's going on here, but then it's not really necessary because we are going to convert it to JavaScript. So we are going to send a post request to this route, and it's going to send a message just like that. So let's just continue. Okay, so let's just go fetch. First of all, let's just create a message. Let's just create a message because of course Slack provides a lot of other ways to make the message you are sending to the Slack channel a bit more beautiful. There is markdown, there is attachments, but then that's not my focus in this tutorial. I just wanted to show you how we can link things up. So we are going to be using text, and we are going to make it to look as nice as possible. So let's go. We are going to say branch. We just call it the branch that it is, branch. Or first of all, the heading. Let's just say new push, and then we want to break twice. So it's just going to break this twice, and then we can say branch is branch. This is the branch that will push through. And then we can do added. The stuffs we added, so we can say added. Then we can do modified, which is the stuffs we modified. So modified, and then we can do removed, which is removed. Then we can do let's just call this one link, so you can see the commit link. We're just going to call this one commit link. Let me just close this. Okay, so we have enough space. So this is how our message is going to look like. So then we can now say let options, which is going to be our request options. Yes, of course I want to set some headers. Now just call this one content type application /JSON. So this is for our request. The request are going to be sent into Slack, and then we are just going to do body. JSON.stringify. Let's just stringify that. We are going to take a look at how the body is. We just need to have text. So we're just going to say text. Text is the message. That is that for our options. Then we are just going to pass the URL right here. So I'll copy this, the URL that I was supposed to use to send the message to our Slack channel, and I'll just paste it right here. And then I can pass the options, and I can do .then .catch. Let's catch the first error. And then we can get the JSON, and get the response. Then we have to also do res.json .then .catch, and I'm just going to close this down a bit, so you can just be seeing the end of the console. So if there's an error, let's just also console.log our error, and then now we have the JSON. Let's just console.log our JSON. Okay, so basically this is it. Now that we have this set up, if we should push anything to our Github repository, we should get a message being sent to our Slack channel in the format that we created. So let's just test it out and see if we are going to come up with any error or something like that. So I'm going to modify this and say how are you, and then I'm going to create another new file. I'm going to call it new2.txt. We are just testing. Okay. Now I'm going to push again. Let me just run the git add, git commit, but I want to use a different message. Testing, and then what else? Let's just push to the main branch. Okay, so we should get the message in our Slack channel if we don't come up with any error. But we are not seeing any message, which means there should be an error with our application. So let's just go and check. Okay, there seems to be an error. Oh yes, there's a problem with our options. We didn't set the method of request. It's supposed to be a post request. It's supposed to be a post request. So now let us test again. By simply I'll just put some few enters here. Now we are going to push with the same commit message. I'm not saying this is good practice, I'm just doing this because it's not really necessary. So let's go. We should get the message being sent to our channel, but I don't know what's going on. Okay. This is an issue with my network. So I'm just going to make things work. Let's just try again. That's what I can say. Or in fact, we don't need to be pushing from that side. Let's just go and push directly from GitHub. So we are just going to be pushing directly from the browser so that we don't have to waste time from the command line and all that. So let's just edit this file. And remove hello world. Now let's just commit the changes directly. You can see that if you hear that sound, you will know that a message has been sent to our Slack channel. So let's just go and check it out. You can see new push, branches main, added nothing, modified new.txt, removed nothing, and then the link to our commit is this. So basically, guys, that is it about that. Okay, just a few things I observed, guys. I observed that first of all, there's a part of our code that we don't need to be there. Slack's webhook is not going to return any JSON. So basically, we can remove this JSON. In fact, we can remove this entire part. The API is not going to return anything. It's just going to execute. So we can remove this part and leave it like this. Another thing that I observe is that when we go to our webhooks tab, like this, come down to webhooks. Okay, and we try to build. We are going to discover that if we check our recent deliveries, we are going to discover that all of our webhook is not getting delivered. This is because the request is timing out, because we are not returning anything from the API. So now we are going to come here and then return simple res.send working. Once we have this, now if we try to push again, everything should work just fine, and we should not have this red flag right here. So I'm just going to open the code tab in another tab, open link in new tab, and then I'll just edit something. Let's say I just want to remove this second empty line like this, and when I commit, let's see what's going to happen. And you can hear that a message has been sent to my Slack channel again. Nothing has been added, modified, or removed, but I just did a little bit of edit, and that's it. But most importantly, now when you go to your setting, the webhooks tab, and then let's just refresh these recent deliveries. Let's just refresh these. You are going to see that now they are getting delivered. Like, it's getting delivered. That's because we are returning a response. You can see the response is working, which we return inside our application. Okay, so this is a basic way that this can work, but like in a more ideal way of doing this is to actually deploy this application. This is our tiny application to a server that is online always, and then getting the link instead of using ngrok's link to add as the webhook to the webhooks of our repository. We are going to get the link from our server and add it to the webhooks of the repository. However, if you're in the server setup, like there will not be anything like network failure because the server is online and webhook is online and everything like that. So the only reason why we are facing this failure is because we are running from my local computer. I hope this is alright. So basically that will be the end of it for this tutorial. As you can see, we were able to create a simple bot that whenever we push something to our GitHub repository, it gets broadcasted to our Slack channel, which is something that is very, very good for a team. And also we were able to do this with just very little code, and we just did some setup on our GitHub and our Slack side. So basically that's it, guys. Please like and subscribe. If you have any question or you are facing any problems, you can drop it in the comment section. Please subscribe to my channel. You can also hit the bell button to get notified whenever I drop content. And also, most importantly, if you have any requests for any video that I should make, you have any idea, or you have something that is troubling you that you want me to make a video on, please feel free to reach out. Thank you, guys. See you next time.